At Nordhausen, GIs discover the victims of slave labor camps. At Luftstalag III, liberated American POWs burn their prison. Private Murray Osborne writing to the GI newspaper Yank.
The order the United States soldiers are to salute Nazi officer prisoners has left me bewildered. Can I forget that he's my mortal enemy? Can I forget that his uniform symbolizes all that is filthy and treacherous?
GIs are told they're the best equipped army in the world. But in mud and snow, American combat boots get wet and stay wet, which can cause severe disability. From medicine in action, trench foot.
Trench foot ranks high in military importance. When there was considerable combat activity on the Fifth Army front in the winter of 1944, the ratio of trench foot to battle casualties was 1 to 3.5.
Because trench foot can be avoided by regularly massaging the feet, some commanding officers make catching it a court-martial offense, like a self-inflicted wound. They ignore the hazards of massaging your feet in a frontline foxhole. By January 1945, Eisenhower needs 82,000 new troops. He gets boys just out of school, who are often the first killed or captured. Training is an even bigger problem than equipment.
Those of you who expect to take part in close engagements with the Germans will naturally watch this film with interest and try to remember what you see.
An American training film featuring make-believe Nazis tells soldiers in boot camp how to recognize the enemy by his clothing.
Along with the color of the uniform, these black boots should be well remembered as being one of your surest means of identification.
From the Soldier's Handbook, issued to every new GI.
The soldier who is careless in his appearance is probably careless in everything else. Dandruff, dust, or cigarette ashes give a bad impression. Keep a whisk broom for brushing your uniform. The approach of tanks may be suspected by the noise of their motors or by unusual columns of dust. If you get a chance to shoot at a tank, aim at the vision slots. One of your principal jobs in the field is marching. A small pebble carried in the mouth keeps it moist and reduces thirst.
With so many replacements, veterans suddenly find themselves fighting alongside strangers. Too many buddies gone home, gone to recover, gone forever. But the buddy is still one of the best things about soldiering.
Sir, your son was a very personal friend of mine. Although he was a Mississippi State man and I am Ole Miss, we became close friends and stayed together all the way through. His men thought him a great leader and were crazy about him. From the type of man he was, he had to come from a wonderful family. Respectfully, Billy Robards.
Thousands of wounded soldiers survive because of penicillin, generally available by 1944. But penicillin isn't the only reason. Al Schock writes about the day he was hit.
Our company medic was so kind and brave about it all that I don't think I'll ever forget him. He risked his life to get me out. We were in no man's land. He dressed my wounds, gave me water, and talked to me like a mother.
Soon after Private Clarence Weaver steps on a landmine, he's being treated in a battalion aid station. 2 hours after that, he has surgery in an evac hospital. After transport on a hospital ship, Weaver gets rehabilitation in Iran, then more surgery and rehab stateside. With different stops, it's a journey taken by thousands of wounded GIs. B-17 pilot Kenneth Book.
I have seen one hell of a bunch of sadly maimed fellows. Fellows with legs gone, lost arms, deaf, blind, mental crack-ups. These are the boys who have paid the top price in this damned war. These are the boys that deserve the most, and if everything runs true to form, will get the least. These are the guys who have seen the worst of the war, and I hope to God we'll remember enough to keep us out of another one for the next few generations.
Clarence Weaver finally goes home, blind, with an artificial leg, but alive. More than 8,000